The small town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, holds a unique place in American history. It was here, from July 1st through 3rd, 1863, that the armies of the North and South fought the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. Some 51,000 soldiers were injured or killed. Although the Battle of Gettysburg did not end the war, it was a turning point. On the town's grassy meadows and rocky outcroppings, General Robert E. Lee's confident army of Northern Virginia was unable to break the Union line in 3 days of combat. 4 months after the battle, President Abraham Lincoln traveled to Gettysburg to speak at the dedication of a Civil War cemetery. In the Wills House, he put the finishing touches on the Gettysburg Address, a message to national unity and tribute to the fallen that would become his best-known speech.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war.
Nearly 150 years after the battle, people still travel to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to learn about this period in history when brothers fought against brothers, to pay tribute to soldiers who gave their life, to experience the laid-back charm of small-town America. Its core is the Gettysburg National Military Park, which encompasses much of the battlefield, a museum and visitor center with the world's largest collection of Civil War relics. America's most visited national park, Gettysburg is one of the country's largest war shrines, holding more than 1,300 battle monuments. Visitors can explore 40 miles of living history within the park, which continually works to rehabilitate battlegrounds and return them to what they looked like in 1863. Many believers in the supernatural end up visiting Gettysburg at some point in time or another. Thousands upon thousands of casualties, killed, wounded, and missing, fell on these fields during the first 3 days of July in 1863. Many were very young, some already married with families, and all were Americans. For those believing that any part of a spirit can be left behind, it is not difficult to see why Gettysburg would be the quintessential place it could happen. Over the years, certain ghost stories have stood out as the most memorable or famous. It might surprise many people to note that very few of the ghost stories of Gettysburg seem to be of the scary variety. A great number of people who witness ghosts often mention that there was not a feeling of bad or evil in the incident, only sadness or a feeling of something unfinished. The Battle of Gettysburg was the most famous and most important Civil War battle occurred over 3 hot summer days, July 1st to July 3rd, 1863, around the small market town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It began as a skirmish, but by its end involved 160,000 Americans.